The day seemed ordinary, yet in the depths of Apple's online store, a whisper spread across the tech world. Something unexpected was happening. The highly coveted iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max were making a return. But not in the way anyone had anticipated. These were not fresh off the factory line, gleaming with untouched perfection. No, these were refurbished models. And to add to the intrigue, they came with a price tag far lower than their original value, a move that Apple rarely made so soon after a product's release. In Spain, the iPhone 15 Pro in a sleek titanium black finish with 128 GB storage appeared on the refurbished section of the site. It was as if a treasure had been uncovered, waiting to be claimed by savvy buyers. Originally priced at €1,119, the black model was now available for a tempting €949, a discount of €170. But the allure of savings came with one small catch. This particular deal was only available in black. The other colors that had once dazzled with their variety? Gone. Still, for those who could settle for a more minimalist hue, the 128 GB version was now within reach at a price lower than expected. For those who needed more space, the refurbished versions of the 256 GB and 512 GB models were also back on the shelves. The 256 GB black version was priced at €1,059, a €190 saving from its original €1,249, while the 512 GB variant stood at €1,269, offering a €230 discount. But the catch remained. The stock was not guaranteed to last long. The 256 GB model was nowhere to be found in Spain at the time of posting, leaving many to wonder whether these refurbished iPhones were simply too good to last. Meanwhile, across the digital borders of other European nations, similar sightings were being reported. In Germany, the iPhone 15 Pro with 512 GB storage was listed for €1,259, a mere €10 less than the Spanish price. But that was all. The German site didn't offer any other configurations of the iPhone 15 Pro. Instead, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was getting more attention. In fact, for the first time, the 256 GB version of the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available at a €200 discount, dropping from €1,329 to €1,129. A full 15% off the original price. Meanwhile, the 512 GB iPhone 15 Pro Max model on the French website was available for €1,369, reduced from €1,609, a significant €240 off. These deals were appearing like fleeting glimpses of light, casting an aura of excitement over the normally predictable Apple ecosystem. The story didn't end there. The presence of these refurbished iPhones on the European sites hinted that something much bigger could be on the horizon. Could the US be next? The thought was tantalizing, like a secret waiting to be revealed. The question now lingering in the air was how much would these refurbished iPhones cost once they made their way to the US Apple refurbished store? For years, Apple had maintained a strict policy. After the initial launch, the iPhone's Pro versions were rarely seen again at discounted prices. Once the launch period ended, they disappeared, leaving only the next generation to take their place. Yet here was Apple, taking an unexpected step, releasing refurbished versions of the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max only months after their initial release. It was a shift in strategy that left everyone wondering, what did this mean for the countries where these refurbished models hadn't yet arrived? And more importantly, how much would the prices drop when the iPhone 15 Pro finally made its appearance in the US? In the US, the iPhone 15 Pro had originally debuted at a price of $999 for the 128 GB model. With the rumors of a 15% discount swirling, the price was expected to dip by $150, bringing it down to a tempting $849. The 256 GB version, which had initially been priced at $1,099, would likely see a reduction of around $164, dropping to $935. Meanwhile, the 512GB model, once priced at $1,299, would be available for about $1,105, with a potential for a further drop to around $1,099. This was an exciting prospect for those who had been holding off on purchasing an iPhone, knowing that a price drop might be just around the corner. As for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the excitement only grew. This was a model that had originally sold for $1,199 for the 256GB variant. With the expected 15% discount, the price would be slashed by $179, bringing it down to around $1,019. The 512GB version, initially priced at $1,399, would likely see a $210 reduction, bringing it down to $1,189. However, there were whispers that the 1TB versions of these models, so coveted by enthusiasts and professionals alike, would not be part of the refurbished lineup, a decision that left some wondering why Apple had chosen not to make these high-capacity versions available. For now, the availability of the refurbished iPhones remained a mystery in certain countries, particularly the US and the UK. Yet, there was a sense that the appearance of these models in Europe was a signal that their US debut might not be far behind. Apple had done the unthinkable, opening the door to the possibility that even their most premium models could be discounted not for a fleeting moment, but for an extended period, available to anyone willing to take the plunge. As the online pages refreshed, buyers eagerly monitored stock levels, hoping that they would be the ones to snag one of these discounted gems before they were gone. But the question remained, was this just the beginning of a larger shift in Apple's strategy? Or was it a fleeting moment that would pass as quickly as it had come? Only time would tell. But for now, the anticipation continued to build. The iPhone 15 Pro, once reserved only for those willing to pay the full price, was suddenly within reach, at a fraction of the cost. And with rumors swirling about the imminent US release, the tech world was left holding its breath, waiting for the next chapter in this unexpected turn of events. Do you want to know what happens next? The anticipation in the air was thick. It was as though the entire world was holding its collective breath, waiting for the inevitable. People from all corners of the globe were watching as the refurbished iPhone 15 Pro made its appearance in European stores, and whispers of its arrival in the US grew louder by the day. The question that had been on everyone's mind was no longer a matter of if but when. When would the US see these tempting deals, and how low would the prices go once they landed? The impact of this release rippled through the tech world, creating waves of excitement. Apple, the ever-mysterious company, had just broken a long-standing tradition. Their Pro models, typically locked away in the vault of high prices and premium offerings, were now available to a much broader audience. In the past, only those willing to pay full price could indulge in the cutting-edge technology of an iPhone Pro. But now, with refurbished models hitting the shelves at discounts that were nothing short of staggering, even those who had once felt excluded from the world of high-end iPhones were starting to see an opportunity they couldn't resist. As the refurbished iPhones slowly made their way across European markets, rumors began to swirl about the US release. Tech forums lit up with discussions. Every detail was scrutinized: the price drops, the storage configurations, and even the mysterious absence of the 1TB models. There was no shortage of speculation, each person trying to piece together the puzzle. Was this Apple's new strategy, or was it simply a limited-time offer to clear out stock? Would this be a one-time thing, or were they paving the way for future refurbished releases? The excitement was palpable, and no one was willing to miss out on the chance to grab one of these deals. Some were cautious, not willing to believe it until they saw it for themselves. They had been burned before by rumors of discounts, only to find that the deals never materialized. But this time was different. Apple had always been a company of precision, its every move calculated, its every release an event. The idea of Apple offering refurbished models so soon after a new release seemed like something that was almost too good to be true. But here it was, undeniable and real. And as the days passed, the price reductions continued to evolve, each new listing sparking further excitement. The iPhone 15 Pro with 128 GB storage, once priced at $999, was now expected to drop by a significant $150. That price, once out of reach for so many, was now within the grasp of anyone willing to make the leap. The 256 GB model, originally priced at $1,099, would see a $164 discount, and the 512 GB version, which had been set at $1,299, would drop to a price that seemed almost too good to be true. And then, there was the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the crown jewel of the iPhone 15 series. This model, with its stunning 256 GB storage and a price tag that once hovered around $1,199, was expected to be available for a mere $1,019. A 15% discount on such a premium device was a rare sight indeed. The 512 GB version, originally priced at $1,399, would also see a hefty drop, bringing it down to $1,189. This was the kind of deal that tech enthusiasts and everyday consumers alike had dreamed of for years. The idea of snagging a nearly new iPhone 15 Pro at these prices was tempting, to say the least. But there were still unanswered questions. Was the 1TB iPhone 15 Pro going to make an appearance in the refurbished store? The whispers said no, but the hope lingered. After all, Apple had been known to surprise its customers from time to time. Would the U.S. market see a wider selection of refurbished models, or would the 256 GB and 512 GB configurations be the only ones available? As the days turned into weeks, the excitement continued to build. Online forums buzzed with updates. People were refreshing the Apple Store pages every few minutes, hoping for any hint of a U.S. release. And then, one morning, the unthinkable happened. The U.S. Apple Store quietly updated its refurbished listings. The iPhone 15 Pro was there. The price drop had arrived. The prices were just as expected. The 128 GB model was available for $849, a full $150 off its original price. The 256 GB model was now priced at $935, with a $164 reduction. The 512 GB model, originally $1,299, was now available for $1,105. The 256 GB iPhone 15 Pro Max, which had once been priced at $1,199, was now listed for $1,019. And the 512 GB version was available for $1,189, a $210 discount. It was a moment of triumph for Apple customers across the U.S. The long-awaited refurbished iPhone 15 Pro models had finally arrived, and they were being offered at prices that were almost too good to pass up. The news spread like wildfire across social media, and within hours, the pages of the Apple Store were flooded with eager buyers. Everyone knew that this was a rare opportunity, and they weren't about to let it slip away. But as the orders began to roll in, there was still an undercurrent of suspense. Stocks were limited. The refurbished models were not going to stay in stock forever. The question now was how long the supply would last. Would these discounted iPhones sell out before anyone had a chance to make a purchase? Or would the prices remain steady, allowing more people to take advantage of the deal? It was a race against time, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. For those lucky enough to snag one of these iPhones, it was a moment of excitement and satisfaction. They had managed to get their hands on a top-of-the-line device at a fraction of the cost. But for those who missed out, there was a lingering sense of regret. Would another batch of refurbished models be released? Or had they missed their chance? As the weeks went by, the refurbished iPhone 15 Pro models continued to sell out and restock in waves, with customers eagerly refreshing their browsers, hoping for a glimpse of availability. The excitement that had started with the European releases had now reached a fever pitch in the U.S. The world of Apple enthusiasts had been forever changed by this unexpected turn of events. And while the future remained uncertain, one thing was clear: the iPhone 15 Pro was now more accessible than ever before, and the competition for these coveted deals was fierce. The tech world was on edge, and with every passing day, it seemed that a new chapter of this story was being written. Would there be more surprises in store? Or would this be the last act in an already thrilling tale? Only time would tell.